Well, dear viewer, we finally made it here. The jaw-dropping conclusion of this journey we've all been on. I hope you're doing well and ready for the momentous occasion. After all this, our accomplishments will be engraved in titanium, I have no doubt, for all who will follow. This is exciting to be back in this level. It has been probably more than 10 years for me. And if you're a new viewer, well, you've got some thrills, some wild times ahead of us. Let's see how far we can get before inevitably getting blasted. Not even the instant charm of painkillers was enough to save us from the maw of death. I guess my first mistake was not using the jackhammer. There's no point in even taking much stock of this building. It's just a full-scale military battery. Yeah, this I basically do remember. I'll just demonstrate here the reason for my perplexed kid self dying so many times on this part. You literally just can't make it by. So it's quite silly. I really don't know what Remedy was thinking, but the secret to this didn't occur to me early on. For a really long time. It's just to get him from way back here. Just seems like a cheat. Even now, it doesn't feel right. Like, I don't know how else you would resolve this. But baby, we're going up, up, up. There's practically no limit to the death-defying extent Max is willing to go to exact his revenge. Our metamorphosis into perhaps for lack of any more grand conclusion, full-blown Matrix direction. I mean, who's complaining, really? Good thing we came fully stocked up on painkillers. I'm sure that we'll need them. It gets a little hairy. I'm obviously pooping my pants about nothing, really. This won't even be a challenge at the end of the day. After all the behemoth villains that we've stuck a fork in prior to this moment. I'm already feeling the nostalgic feels, the feeling that this episode could well be a clip show of all the memorable antagonists of the story thus far, from Frankie the Fat, Frankie the Finger, to Crocodile killing Jack Lapino, to the Useless Trio. So many inventive characters. They just throw everything at you in this one. I think these guys can take more damage than me. Not to, you know, puff up Max or anything, but he's capable. Let's not beat around the bush.
Mona, looking good.
Max, we gotta stop meeting like this.
It will be a cold day in hell before I let a narc cop stop me. Miss Sachs, do your job.
Relax, Max. You're a nice guy. I don't kill nice guys.
You're not bad yourself.
It was different when Horn wanted Punchinello dead. To cut her ties to the Mafia. He deserved to die.
The same goes with her. She's the bad guy here. Her sister was whispering to her in my favor. I knew the appetites of ghosts intimately. They hungered for revenge.
No!
A gunshot boomed and she fell down in slow motion. She was a nice girl, not really a stone-cold killer. And now she was stone-cold dead. Like religious fanatics or loyal samurai, Horn's private army was coming at me.
Terminate.
Yeah, I mean, it's too bad almost we don't get to see more of Mona. I feel like she could have been a cool character. My understanding is that she comes back in the second game and has a more prominent part. More integral, you might even say.
When the elevator came back down, Mona was gone. There was a lot of blood, but no body. Something clicked for the final time. My mind had never been so clear. As if somewhere high above, the storm clouds were already gone, cold stars blazing from the black skies.
Reaching our poetic zenith here. Oh. Yeah, this is that part that, I think I mentioned a while ago, shit, as me not being able to do without, God, crapping myself. Yeah, so I think crapping myself wasn't the response I was really reaching for there. What I meant was that this is the part I alluded to that I couldn't do without cheating. And this is how. Before you even press the button on the elevator, the secret is to work your way through the shaft before even starting up, so you don't have to race against the clock. I mean, who's to say? They put you in a hallway where you had to snipe the grenade launchers out of the hands of your opponents, so who's to say how you're supposed to play this level? Maybe it's just a free-for-all. God, this is hard, though. Oh no. Run out of ammo. Alright, I guess we really have one shot at this. It's not really much. It's just difficult because you have to, like, spin the right way. It's almost like those levels in video games where you're a turret. And the controls are all wonky. Okay. I have faith in that save this time. Last time we were in an elevator and saved, it didn't go well. Or it did. Went really well.
You know what I'm talking about. In all the cool action movies, and I'm talking about the coolest of the cool, it always seems like time slows down in the middle of the action. You know, you can see the bullets flying through the air, the hero dodging in slow motion. Oh, man, it would be so cool to be able to do that. Bullet time, that's what they call it. Bullet time, yeah, would be so cool.
Sam Lake and his writing team just throwing their hats straight in the ring here. Yeah, but this building is pretty bullshit, though. Like, there's no purpose at all to this room. Impressive, sure. Does it have grandeur? Yeah. Of course. But no one's interested in coming through here. Some kind of sinister control room.
I had elevator access to the mainframe. From there, I'd be able to override the security locks and get to her office.
I'm telling you, it just The action just keeps ramping up from here. Gives you no break. I do believe you're really just supposed to play like half of part 2 and most definitely all of part 3 in one sitting. Not really stop to smell the roses. As most of these levels are just kind of like, I don't know, areas to run through. And maybe not as many memorable characters thrown in, but I feel like we've eclipsed that point in the story where we need memorable characters, and now it's just
elevator access to the mainframe. From there, I'd be able to override the security locks and get to her office.
Remedy giving you the finale. Let's do ourselves a favor. Okay. No minigame this time. Oh. Made a mistake.
The unmarked chopper was Horn's pet guardian, inhuman and flawless. It was stalking me.
Somewhat creepy.
I love my wife. I have 2 boys I'm very proud of. You just have to make the ends meet. And if that means I have to shoot someone now and then, hey, it's just my job from 9 to 5.
Well, not quite from 9 to 5, but I hear you.
I feel terrible doing this. These guys all seem like family men. You know, financially secure. All our trading has led to this. Didn't know that could happen. Guess it's probably a 1 in a million shot. Just an unfortunate turn of the random number generator, I guess. Yeah, it can hit you. Feeling pushed to the brink of our training. We're pulling out all the stops. Testing our god status. We're seeing it on the big screen that we have. I guess, what would this be? Security? Mainframe? I bet it's mainframe because we went down from somewhere higher above, which tells me we have business here actually. We figured it out. Hold that thought. Be right back after this message.
All Horn's locks were now offline. All bets were off.
Oh, he's
The
right there.
elevator would take me all the way up.
Maybe we had one more goon. Let's balance it out. Just too good for him. Well, I guess we don't have much exploring to do, but the places we can explore. Oh, we've been up here. I wonder if we can get over there. Nope. Ooh. Spicy. But they don't pay us for our risk. Damn it. It's a lot of risk for no reward. It's our fault for stopping. Again, you're just supposed to go through this stuff in a caffeine-binged, salty armpit. Just barrage of gameplay. Preferably the night our taxes are due, or some big exam if you're in college. I hear that chopper.
Seen from this height, the night seemed to stretch on to eternity. A hint of desperation had crept into the snowstorm, as if it was trying to get it all out before the end.
There's absolutely nothing in this building. Kind of adds to the coldness of it, though. This is a very cold place. Whoa, dude. Whoa. Is that meant to be Max's car down there? Just didn't bother with a parking space. The tickets don't really bother him. Not with how angry he is. Up here. This must be the office, because we made our way back up. Or maybe getting to it.
Horn's personal computer was on.
Oh, yes, it is. Pretty good view. I mean, with how tall this building is, I would expect the office suite to have maybe a more luxurious panorama. It's pretty good, though. Don't really get the sunset, but the chair looks nice. It's most definitely had a profoundly shaping effect on Nicole Horn's ass.
Next to the printer was a neat stack of expensive paper. Hacking through Horn's computer would have unearthed files of criminal plans, strategies for world domination, spy helicopter reports, illegal wiretap recordings, internet porno, all of the above. Take your pick. I really didn't care anymore. I had seen too much of it already.
Just throwing in internet porno as if I guess we can safely assume that Nicole Horn is all about that life. Downloading porn MP4s. It's an unexplored plot thread. Maybe they'll touch upon that in the sequel. I guess these would be her most senior appointees. She just makes them park their ass here for 8 hours a day, listening to her describe how much her bunions hurt, how much organic tapioca costs. We are being stalked like prey. Make no mistake. Ah, okay.
Valkyr had been meant to be a white-winged maiden that would lift you to a warrior's heaven, but it turned out to be a one-way demon ride to hell. The devil was in the drug. I knew. I had met him. And now I was gonna kill her. The queen of the underworld who had tried to lift herself a bit closer to heaven with her drug money. No begging, no bribes. She knew better. Honor among killers. We who were about to die. Both of us knew how this would end, in pain and suffering.
All this because your wife stuck her nose into things that were none of her business.
The cops were coming to take me away. The sirens were like a bad conscience I couldn't shake.
It's ridiculous you've made it this far. You won't be alive when they get here. Stop him!
Oh shit. Woefully unfit to meet the challenge. Oh. Oh, on account of my grenade launcher. Thought I had another gun out. Interesting. It automatically equips you. Or maybe I was just navigating to it. Just kill me. Gotta take it guy by guy.
The elevator lock. Get us back up now.
Max Payne, this is futile. A waste of time. The deaths of your wife and daughter were necessary. Inevitable. It is done. You cannot bring them back. Nothing you do will make it any better.
think you literally have to wait this out. There's literally no going anywhere else. It takes a really long time. Nope, still not done. Like, I believe you could be out there on the floor going toe-to-toe with this thing, but one hit and I'm pretty sure it has you. Has you where it hurts.
Max Payne, you are fighting a losing battle. You cannot survive this. You will die. Stop fighting. Make it easy for yourself. Accept your fate. You will die here.
Love this modern art we're seeing. Nicole Horn's taste, really impeccable. With all the just industrial metal offices, it's most cutting edge stuff. It's the bleeding edge of bleeding edge. What kind of books do you think she's reading? Old hermit like her. Probably salacious material. No question. Lascivious drawings and so on. I'm sure Max can speculate quite well. This is high up. Don't want to screw the pooch here. Looks like we're taking a tango over this. Okay. It detects us. It actually knows where we are. Just wants to catch us out there. Well, I'm no coward. Suppressive fire. Always does the trick, yeah. That helicopter pilot's the real boss of the game. In the eye of the storm, baby. Well, what kind of a playthrough would this be if we didn't test its boundaries? That's kind of cool. It's like really a programmed ground. That's spectacular. It's hitting terminal velocity. There's the gun. Imagine he lands with a dull thud. The snow is just The only snow that's disturbed is the snow right underneath him. Just impacted a little. More art to observe. I know we'd much rather stick around.
Face it, you are up against an unbeatable force. You have already lost. You have lost. Only death will set you free from your pain. Accept it. Surrender. Give up.
We have him in the north lounge. Send us assistance.
I think they really like this piece. Look, we could go about scrutinizing Nicole Horn's taste in contemporary art all we want. We won't get anywhere in the level, so that's why I'm just
Max Payne, face it, you are up against an
blazing
unbeatable
on.
force. You have already lost. You have lost. Only death will set you free from your pain. Accept it. Surrender. Give up.
Trigger happy guards. Showing us
Max
no
Payne,
mercy.
face it, you are up against an unbeatable force. You have already lost. You have lost. Only death will set you free from your pain. Accept it. Surrender. Give up.
Alright, what is that? We can't let this one go. I mean, it's quite silly. Or is it just decorative? I guess it's just decorative, right?
Only death will set you free from your pain. Accept it. Surrender. Give up.
Wish we had ammo for our jackhammer. Over reliable there. These are tough guards. Ah, they really pump them full of protein at this Aesir Corporation.
Max Payne, face it, you are up against an unbeatable force. You have already lost. You have lost. Only death will set you free from
They're
your
feeding
pain.
them like
Accept it. Surrender. Give up.
holy bovine. Fed with only the most... Oh shit. Can't be caught at all sitting on your thumb in this level. So doing this without quick saves as a kid took some mental training. I think it would start you off like, I don't know, somewhere around Nicole Horn's office if we were to die, like there. So your memory had to be pretty faithful to all the twists, turns, and bad guys roaming these halls. Oh, I've clearly misremembered this. It's what the corruption of the quick save will do to you. What the hell? Nothing. So far, it just seems like a big spa.
What do you mean he's unstoppable? You are superior to him in every way that counts. You are better trained, better equipped. You outnumber him at least 20 to 1. Do your job.
Can confirm. Hearing that last radio transmission from Nicole Horn as a youngling playing this game, I do remember the feeling of just being completely in love with the game, as if I hadn't been before this point. Because really what it was doing there was, again, pulling up the curtain. We can ignore that. And transparently making play of what you've been taking for granted.
What do you mean he's unstoppable? You are superior to him.
Max's invincibility. For a kid who had never had a comparable experience in gaming at that age, it was the stuff of wet dreams. Reached expert levels. Gotta be quick.
Don't like the look of that mast.
Disgusting.
She's on board. We're out of here as soon as the wind dies down. Don't like the look of that mast.
This was a fool's errand.
Lift off in 45 seconds.
Damn. Really shows you out the door if you mess that up. That's cool. Didn't know that existed. It's starting to come back to me, I think. What you have to do. Now, the sniper is probably our better tool. We have it.
Lift off in 45 seconds.
We have time. We have plenty of time. Believe it or not.
30 seconds to lift off.
This will do it.
They were all dead. The final gunshot was an exclamation mark to everything that had led to this point. I released my finger from the trigger. And then it was all over. The storm seemed to lose its frenzy. The ragged clouds gave way to the stars above.
Max Payne.
Guess we know why he was smiling at the end.
From the NYPD. We've got the building surrounded. Throw down your weapons and lie down with your hands behind your head.
A bit closer to heaven. The cops' voices were distant and muted.
Freeze! NYPD! Hold it right there!
My ghosts released me from their haunting. Down below, New York City glittered like diamonds on black velvet.
You gave us one hell of a ride. Take him down to Central Booking.
You heard the man.
Woden was there in the crowd, standing by the sidelines. It wouldn't be over till the man with the patch would say so. He'd say the right words. I knew he would. He'd better. Woden grinned smugly. It was the grin of a winner. That made two of us.
The escalated difficulty modes for future playthroughs. The possibilities are endless. Well, we did it. We actually made it to the end in not bad time. Surprised how few, comparatively with what I was expecting, few attempts we were able to squeeze this last level out in. It's a pretty daunting one, but I'm happy with our performance, and couldn't be more honored with this experience. We've definitely had our fair share of memorable moments along this ride. And, you know, it's really cool that we can do a playthrough that is titillating and just paying close attention to the more fine details of the playthrough. I think that's what I really wanted to do with a playthrough of this. Share all these moments with you, the viewers. At the end of all this, I mean, taking stock of where we've been and where we're going from here, my trousers are definitely sodden. It's unclear what the way forward is for Max. I mean, he's basically gotten his revenge at the price of incarceration. Possibly he'll be liberated by holding on to the blackmail that he was able to extract on Woden from Nicole Horn's headquarters. Possibly get himself out of jail free. Although, I don't know how you would even begin exonerating Max for everything he's done. He's killed pretty much an army of you know, underworld associates. So really, does he deserve forgiveness? It's up for debate, and perhaps too much to really tackle in this video if we wanted to do it justice. Max has only started his journey through the night. The pain has only just begun. More will follow. Those are the words we like to hear. I assume they're referring to the second game in the series, Max Payne 2. It's a jump scare. Subtitle, The Fall of Max Payne, for the second one. I've seen a bit of walkthrough on it, and I'm not particularly racing into starting a playthrough of that. And that's for a couple of reasons. It seems like a good game. Remedy definitely poured their heart out in making that. I mean, Max Payne was the title that got them on the map as game developers. It's their magnum opus. So I recognize that they wanted to make the sequel really good and continually hone their craft. as artistes. To their credit, Max Payne 2 is well liked by the fans of the first game. It seems to go a little bit more into the dramatic elements of this first one, relying less on the more weird, cerebral stuff that I think makes the first game so excellent. And locks in on the tragedy and those elements proper. Having said all that, one of the arcs in the second game that fans find so, I guess, tantamount to Max's story, the overarching journey he's on in the series, is the return of Mona Sachs and Max developing a less than platonic relationship with her, and how that love affair kind of interacts with his lack of forgiveness for himself for I don't know, whatever he needs to forgive himself for in the first game. It's hard to pin down. So that theme kind of seems like it leads somewhere. I felt that Mona was one of the cooler characters in the game that we didn't really see a lot of, so. And I did have the ending of the second game spoiled for me, and it's beautiful. I do have to say that. Perhaps I'll play it someday. But we, the viewer, have had so many moments. I think it's plainly recognizable this game is a gem, a masterpiece that should be preserved in the Hall of Creation for all time. Just everything being so charming, and like each animation looks like it was crafted by hand, I think. Which it probably was, considering this game didn't have a physics engine. Actually, it's like Remedy worked with some mom and pop animation company to get some of these character movements. I love the moment when the guys in the suits in the Project Valhalla room are opening fire on the scientists in the way that they just slowly unholster their gun. I know the no physics engine factoid is probably a shock to many who have seen what the game is capable of. And I don't want this to sound like a slam against the developers. I think they really did a fine job. It takes massive talent to animate things the way they did without having the resources that were, bestowed upon larger developers. Consciously not making any comment on the third game, Max Payne 3, which didn't even have a subtitle, it was just Max Payne 3. Such a stupid game. They did get James McCaffrey back. Sorry, I'm going on and on. For the third game and the second game. I just think he does a phenomenal job. Anyhow, I feel so courted by this game, and I hope it's made its mark on you too forever, and that you take some of these memories with you, perhaps even revisiting the game, or heaven forbid this walkthrough. It's readily accessible on Steam, the game. just recording it is kind of a doozy. Obviously for those who have been watching. But thank you so much for watching. It's been incredible, enlightening, and wishing you the best. Take care.